Hi there guys, and welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains. I'm Chris Coney, I am your host for the Cryptoverse and the founder of cryptoversity.com. You can subscribe to the Cryptoverse by going to the podcast page on cryptoversity.com. Today we turn again to bitcoin.com for the news, and today's article says Bitfinex pays out the first wave of customer refunds. This is good news for Bitcoin, it's good news for Bitfinex, it's good news for their customers. So let's see what this article's got to say for itself. On the 1st of September, Bitfinex reimbursed its first wave of clients. 1.18% of currently outstanding BFX tokens were redeemed by Bitfinex and issued to customer wallets. Good stuff. So Bitfinex is showing the public that it aims to make its customers' funds whole again with this first wave of paybacks. So if you remember, when Bitfinex got hacked, instead of initially what looked like just having customers lose 40% of their deposits to pay for the hack, instead, Bitfinex issued sort of an IOU, which represented stock in Bitfinex, or their parent company, and then they were going to start buying those back, i.e. paying off their debts to their customers with profits, which they're now doing because they've continued trading. So Bitfinex is showing the public that it aims to make its customers whole again by way of these paybacks. And the exchange purchased the tokens at $1 per token, roughly double the current market value. That's the other thing, because these BFX tokens can be traded. So the customers that were issued with them, they could sell them immediately if they wanted to at the market price. They may have to take a loss on it, but if they don't believe Bitfinex has a long-term future, it's better than Bitfinex folding and then the IOUs being worth nothing. So the price per BFX token has been resting at 50 to 60 cents and has seen some significant value spikes over the past week. Well, I bet you the price is going to go up now that they've proven that they're actually paying out, and buying back these BFX tokens. And it says here, the Hong Kong Exchange's announcement states, quote, "We are pleased to announce the redemption of 1.18% of outstanding BFX tokens. This redemption was applied pro rata to all wallet balances on the 1st of September at 12 noon Universal Time. The redemption does not apply to margin or long or short positions, only on settled wallet balances." Okay, so you'd have to have the BFX tokens in your wallet rather than, an open position on the market. See, the amount of the redemption is based on a calculation of reserves in excess of our required contingent liability reserves, which reflects many factors that unfortunately we cannot elaborate on further at this time. Right, so yeah, they're talking about, that's the closed quote by the way. So they're talking about like how much money they've got in reserve, basically their working cash flow and how much they can afford to reissue to buy back their customer debt. And it says here, based on a calculation of reserves in excess of their required contingency. So they might have a buffer for some reason, they might have some legal criteria that they have to satisfy in terms of the amount of reserves they have to have on hand. So once that's all satisfied, they're saying the excess, the above and beyond that, is what they've used to buy back these tokens, which is why it's only 1.18%. But, they've reduced their debt, and as long as they remain profitable, eventually they will pay off all their debt. So additionally, Bitfinex has signed a letter of intent with online investment firm Bank to the Future. The purpose of this arrangement is to provide solutions for compensating customers with equity in Bitfinex, which is, I thought, what the BFX tokens were. But Simon Dixon is the CEO of Bank to the Future. If you've ever seen this guy, I think he's a good guy. So Bank to the Future will enable a special purpose vehicle, an SPV, so BFX token holders can acquire equity interest. So Simon Dixon, CEO and co-founder of Bank to the Future, said, quote, "BFX was an innovative approach towards making users whole, and we are working with Bitfinex on several possibilities to accomplish their goals. Close quote. And it says here, the community is doubtful while Bitfinex remains committed. Well, if you were doubtful before, that doubt should now be reduced because we have evidence that Bitfinex are actually paying back their debt. So many in the Bitcoin community have been doubtful about the BFX plan and how it will all unfold. The redemption of 1.18% of outstanding BFX is a start of the process, but it'll take a lot more effort to make up the majority of customers and make them whole again. BFX CEO Jean-Louis van der Velde stated that the firm is very committed to making customer funds whole. And to be honest, they have a legal obligation to do so. So here's a quote from this fellow, Jean-Louis. Quote, "Our commitment was to get the exchange back online securely, so customers know where they stand, and to issue all users with their BFX tokens. This is now complete, and we have enabled trading on BFX tokens. We are committed to releasing updates and reports detailing the events of the hack and a financial update for customers and qualifying investors before we begin any equity conversion, and have engaged third parties to complete this process." Close quote. And we know who that third party is. It's Bank to the Future. So the article goes on to say, Bank to the Future's Simon Dixon says that the community has endured quite a bit over the past 8 years. He believes Bitfinex is committed to doing all that they can, but that in times of crisis, there typically is no perfect solution. That's very true. The perfect solution, of course, would be for it not to have happened. And from the customer's point of view who had funds on Bitfinex, as soon as they were hacked, they couldn't then withdraw all of their funds. So customers have been experiencing some inconvenience by the fact that they now have to wait until their BFX tokens are turned back into, real funds and are not IOUs before they can withdraw them. However, that's better than losing all their money, which is what would have happened if Bitfinex had folded completely. So yes, it's an attitude thing. If you're going into this world of cryptocurrencies, or if you're doing any kind of trading or investing, you have to have a certain attitude, which is that you are taking risks. Risk is the name of the game in trading. And to expect to have no risk and nothing to ever go wrong, well, that mindset is not compatible with trading. Because the fact of the matter is, sooner or later, something's going to go wrong somewhere on some exchange in some investment, and it happens all the time. It's just part of the territory. Not every project has a guaranteed success. No project is guaranteed to succeed because you can't actually control outcomes. You can only actually do your very best, study, plan, execute as best you can, get the right people on board. You can control those factors, but the outcome of that, is also dependent on all the variables and all the chaos in the world, getting mixed in with that. And that's a level of chaos that you cannot control. So there we go. That's going to do it for today's edition of the Cryptoverse with me, Chris Coney. Thank you once again for listening today. Please go to cryptoversity.com and go to the podcast page if you want to subscribe to the Cryptoverse. Go to the podcast page if you'd like to send us a Bitcoin tip. And also please click through to Steam it. Vote for this episode on the Steam network. That'll help to support the Cryptoverse as well. If you want to learn some more structured courses on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchains, check out the courses section where you'll be able to do just that. All right, that's going to do it for today. So it's me, Chris Coney, until the next episode, saying bye for now.